Hello everyone, this is Omar, backend engineer in the Tenant Scale group. In this demo video, I want to present iteration 2 of the cells project. Throughout this video, I will set up a second GDK cell and show you how users can create two different groups on these two different cells. So let's start. At the moment, I have one GDK up and running, which is usually the default choice for developers. This GDK cell is listening on port 3000. We can see in the terminal here that all the processes are up and running. So I'm gonna do two things now. The first thing is I'm going to clone GDK into GDK2 folder where we are going to have the cell 2 up and running. That's the first thing. This is going to be fast step. So I have GDK2 folder already cloned. The second step is I'm going to run some script that automates the configuration of GDK2 because GDK2 will have different configuration, especially that it's gonna listen on a different port, which is port 3001. I will provide a link for these instructions and the scripts in case you wanted to test that locally as well. So I started the script. This might take a while, so we can skip until the end of the script. So the script has finished running, which means now I can go and from the terminal I can go to the GDK2 directory and check the status of all the processes on GDK2, and we can see that they are up and running. We can also check that from the browser, that we have the login page up and ready on both cells. So this is still on cell 1, which has the port 3000. And now we will see the cell 2, which is running on cell 3001. It might take some time sometimes to be up and running. So cell 2 is up and ready and listening on port 3000. So both cells are ready to be for the sign in. Now there are two things that I need to do. The first thing is I need to bump up the sequences IDs on the cell 2 database. This is to avoid conflict between IDs regarding some tables, especially the namespaces. For this, there's a rig task that I need to run on the GDK2 GitLab directory. So I will go to the GitLab directory here and run this rig task. The other thing that I need to do is that there is some feature flag that we have introduced, and this feature flag needs to be enabled on both cells for this demo to work. This feature flag is being enabled on SaaS GitLab these days, and it will be enabled by default in the code base next week. But for now, for the purpose of this demo, I will need to enable it manually on both cells. So on the GitLab directory, I'm going to run this line. This is on cell 1. And now I have to run the same thing on cell 2. So now I'm going to browse. I will log in from the cell 1. And I can see here the list of projects. I can also see the list of groups. I'm going to create a new group called demo cell 1 group. So demo cell 1 group. I will make it public group. Create. Okay, we can see that this group has been created. If I go back and see the list of the groups, yeah, it's here. So, and this is the list of the other groups that have been created before on the cell 1. Now, if I browse if I go to cell 2, I can refresh the page. The first thing that you'll notice that I have been logged in there immediately on cell 2. That's because I have already logged in on cell 1. But if I go and browse the list of the groups, we can see that it's empty here. So any group that existed on cell 1 does not exist on cell 2. Now if I try to create a group, I'm gonna call it demo cell 2 group. I will make it private here. Yeah, we can see that this group has been created, and if I go to the list of the groups on cell 2, I can see that it's only one group because there was no other groups before. If I refresh the page on cell 1, we can see that the group that I have created on cell 2 does not exist on cell 1. So that's pretty much it for the demo. If you have any questions, please reach out to the Tenant Scale group on Slack. I will also add a link to the steps that I have done throughout this demo so that in case you want to try that yourself. Thank you very much for watching.